everybody, it's Mr. Buro from Staten Island Tech, and today I'm doing a demo in Revit for staircases and railings. I created this two-level project file just to show you an open-air design of where you could put some staircases of different sizes and different shapes. And to make things easier, I think I'm going to just hide this wall here and this wall temporarily. And I do want to bring attention to this particular piece over here. This is a floor that's on a second level. And of course, this is a floor that's on a first level. What you can't see underneath this particular short wall is that there's a ceiling present for level 1. The ceiling is at the default height of 8 feet. That short wall was created to hide the gap between the ceiling and the floor above. That wall itself is hosted by level 1, as you can see, and it has a base offset of 8 feet to match the height of the ceiling and a top offset of 1/2 inch to hide the edge of the floor. So this has been arranged perfectly to make that transition. Let's start with a regular staircase that goes from level 1 to level 2 that's just straight. So I'll pick stairs, and I will make sure that I'm using the correct stair type that I want, which is an assembled stair type. It's a normal set. And I want to make sure that I'm based on the correct level, which is level 1, and then I'm going up to level 2. So those are my 2 levels that are in play. I will go to the top-down perspective just to see placement exactly of where I want the steps, but I'm not going to worry about it initially. I'm going to adjust afterwards. When you choose to make the stairs, you have to pick where you're drawing the stairs from. I would like to draw this staircase from the center line, and all you have to do is begin drawing it somewhere, and as you make your first click, you'll see that Revit does estimate the amount of risers that you'll need, or steps that you'll need in their entirety. So this staircase, when it's full, would be 18 steps, but if I don't move my mouse all the way, it actually will not create the full staircase. So I want to drag it out all the way for the 18 steps, and I want to click right here because it's straight. And then after that, I'll check to make sure it's going in the right direction, which it is. And then I will use the align command to move the steps to be exactly on the edge. So you can see it is aligned perfectly to match that particular level. Once I'm happy with it, I can go ahead and click the check. And once I do that, the railings will come in. Once the railings come in, you can go ahead and click the railings and change the railing type if you want over here. And you could also edit the staircase by clicking the steps themselves and hitting edit stairs. You'll be able to edit the way the stairs work and all that stuff. Okay, so that's basically how you create a normal set of steps. I'm gonna just do the same thing again by putting it against the wall. I'll hit stair. Same thing from level 1 to level 2. And this time I will do an exterior left support, and I'll click on the wall here, go all the way through. And then I'll just move this over slightly and use the align command again. Now I have it on the left wall perfectly. When it's on the left wall, you may not need that left railing if you don't want it. Next, let's try a different staircase. We'll do a spiral staircase. And again, I'll go to the top-down view, going from level 1 to level 2. And I'm going to draw it here first. Just kind of estimating how this is all going to line up. I'm going to flip the direction, and then I'm going to rotate the staircase 180 degrees. So I have approximately that it is matched up to go right up to those steps there, right up to that level. That one's a little bit tougher to deal with. Most of the time when you're doing a spiral staircase, you don't want it to exactly look this way. You'd want it to come through the floor, and I'll show you that in a little while as well. For now, I will just take this staircase and I'm going to move it over to be deeper inside that area. Next, let's do a arc staircase. So I'll pick stair again, level 1 to level 2, top-down view again, and I'll pick this arc. As you move the mouse outward, you can see the radius changes. So I think I like that particular arc shape. I'll make all the risers, and then I'll move the staircase inward. Let's take a look at it in 3D. It's going in the wrong direction, so we just hit the flip button, make it come backwards, and then the check. Now we have an arc-shaped staircase, matching perfectly where the edge of this level is again. That one was very easy to do. A lot of tools in place to make things easy, especially that flip staircase tool and things like that. Next two staircases, I have to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of them because I think they're actually inherently dangerous. One of them is the L-winder staircase. This is an L-shaped staircase, which inherently sounds like a good idea, but there's no landing in between the transition between the 90 degrees, as you can see in that video that pops up. So I'm going to click it to draw, again, going from level 1 to level 2. I'll go to my top-down view, and you can see that it has the staircase pre-drawn, which does make things nice and easy. And this I will plop down right here. I think this one is going correct direction, which it is. And I will slide it over until I'm satisfied with its position, which right there sounds fine. Hit the check to make the railings pop in, and that'll be that. The staircase is there, and it does look fine. But again, I'm not really happy about the way this transitions. I think it is inherently dangerous. And I'm going to show you a great alternative to that in just a moment. Before I get to that, though, I will show you the other staircase that's like that, which is called the UWinding staircase. So I'll click stair again, go from level 1 to level 2, just like always. Pick the UWinding staircase, top-down view again. And this one, as you can see, it's kind of like facing the wrong direction. So as I have the placement active, I'm going to just press the space bar. And you can see it did turn. That's fine. And I'm going to just snap it on to the edge of the wall. Move it over. Let's make sure the direction is correct, which it is. Hit the check. And it gets placed just like that. This one looks even more dangerous as the transition going all the way up these steps is very, very steep and continuously increases step by step. It looks a little bit safer on the outer edge, but the inner edge, the steps are not wide enough for a person's foot to step on. So that is very strange. You could edit these things. So if I go to edit the steps, and then I go ahead and I could click the staircase here, I could stretch this out. As you can see, it's just really not doing much. So let's just not even do it. I'm going to kill this staircase. And again, I'm showing you the better way of doing these things. This is going to be much, much, much easier. We're going to instead do a split staircase. So I'm going to pick the regular staircase and pick a straight set of steps. And remember what we were doing before with the rising count. Let's go to the top view again. And this time I'm going to make a straight split staircase. I'm going to start here, go half my risers, which is 9. Then I'll go a little bit of a gap, like maybe 4 feet, and then do the rest of the risers. I'll hit the check. And as you can see, I have an automatic landing created where the railings even adjust themselves just fine. And I can go ahead and align this tool. I can use the align tool to get the steps in the right position, just like that. Okay, so that's a nice easy one. Now to replicate the L winder and the U winder, doing the same set of steps with the same connections. So this time I will do this particular straight steps again, going from level 1 to level 2 again. From the top down view, this time I'm going to draw it coming from the edge over here. I'm just going to keep things simple and imagine where the center of the staircase is. So I'll do that from here. I'll do the same thing. I'll go 9 risers, which is half. Then I'm just going to come down here somewhere and draw the other set of risers like that. So now I have the general shape of where I want this to be. I think it's going in the wrong direction, which it is. So I'm just going to quickly flip it there. And now I could adjust it from the top-down view by just clicking on the pieces of the steps. I'll click this step right here, and I'll slide it over. And then I could even shorten that run by doing this. So now I have an L-shaped staircase here with a square-shaped landing. And I will hit the check, let my railings pop in, and it looks very, very, very natural and safe compared to the regular L-winding staircase. Let's do a U-winder. It's going to be the same technique, but again with a landing. Top-down view. I'll pick run center, level 1 to level 2. Pick over here, just go straight out. This time I'll go 9 risers again. And then for the other one, I'm just going to move the staircase over a little bit and do the other nut. Just like that. Let's flip it. And I will go to my top-down view. And this time I could, if I want to, I could even click this thing and I could move it outward, which moves the whole thing over. But if I wanted to actually reshape this, I could stretch this and I could stretch this part out and make it like a longer hook if I wanted to, which I do not. I like it in this shape. And this time I'm just going to click on the steps themselves and I'll make it crunched in to where I could probably fit a wall in between these pieces. Then I will hit the check, let the railings pop in, slide my staircase over towards the wall, like so. Give you a look at what it really looks like here. And if I wanted to, like I was saying, I could actually delete this railing and build a wall over here. So if I go to wall, and then I'll pick just an interior 5-inch wall, going from level 1 to level 2, I could actually just pop that right here. After it's made, I would just kind of center it. Actually, no, I'm not going to center it. I'm going to butt it up against to where the edge of the steps is, and then edit the staircase to move this particular run over here to match it as well. And like that, you can see I have a wall in between. So that kind of gives like a little bit of privacy. I can put windows over here, or I can make it a curtain wall and have a full piece of glass in between. I just switch this to curtain wall 1 or a storefront type curtain wall. You can see it has the mullions there. That's a pretty great feature. I'm gonna get rid of that. Let's do some other ones. Okay, now I'm gonna try a hybrid arc and straight run staircase with the same split fashion. Let's go to the top-down view, pick stairs, do up to second floor from the first floor, and I'll start with the arc piece. It's hard to estimate this. I'll definitely have to move it back into place. Let's go for a little bit above 2 feet as far as the radius. And then I'll put half the risers in like that, which is good. I know it looks bad right now because it's inside the wall, but that's fine. Then I'll switch it to a straight run. That's good. Gonna straighten it out. Good. And now I will hit the checkbox and move it into place. Pick edit stairs one more time. Take a look at it. It is definitely backwards. I'll just do the flip. And there we go. You can see that the staircase has a landing and curved steps and the straight steps to make it kind of look very fancy looking. And here's with the railings in place, as you can see. So a really, really nice effect to show. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this and get ready for the next. Next, I will do another straight staircase. And I'll do it like kind of fancy, where I'm gonna put more than one landing in, just to show you that you can. I'm gonna go exterior support left for my line, go from level 1 to level 2. I'll click over here. Total of 18 risers, I'm gonna divide it by 3 and do 6. And then like a 5-foot space, another 6, another 5-foot space, and the final 6. So as you can see, I have my 2 landings there. And this time I'm going to actually move it to be underneath the floor. And you can see the railings popping out, which is good. Maybe I'll have it like that. And I'll have to click on this floor and I'll edit the boundary of the floor, draw some new lines in. I'm gonna draw from here to here. Probably be adjusting this again. Then I will fix this so I can snap these lines where they belong. Hit the check. Have to do the same thing for the ceiling and this wall. There are other tools in Revit, such as the shaft tool, that can help you create these holes much faster. I like doing it separately because I wanted to be able to really customize where my borders are so they do match each other. Like that. So now you can see I did cut the hole for that particular thing, but it's not gonna look clean again until you have this short wall in place. So I'll pick create similar for that short wall. Go to that top-down view. I want to create this wall from its core or wall center line, and I'll snap it here to cover the edge of the floor boundary. have to make sure this wall is in the correct position, which it goes from level 1 to level 2. It has the same base offset and the same top offset, so that might be good. Looks like it's in the correct position. It doesn't have a paint job like the other one, which is fine. You can see it does actually have a nice clean border. So the only thing I have to do is I have to adjust those locations to make sure the steps fit in properly. So I'm going to just do that very gently. As you can see, the floor border is still underneath the wall, which is fine. All good over there. And then on the front, I'm going to click on the steps and just move them outward to there. And that's perfect. So now these steps fit very, very, very nicely inside the cutout that I made in the floor. You probably want to put a column over here or some sort of support. I have this one over here too, and I'm going to have to create a cutout in the floor for the circular staircase, which is much more challenging. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this wall so I can have access to the ceiling and the floor easily to click. And then I'm going to click on the floor and pick to make it a little bit transparent. And the same thing with the ceiling. That'll help. So first I'll click the floor. Actually, I think I'm going to do it in the level 2 view, which is here. I'll go ahead and click on that floor, and I'll pick to edit its boundary. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to draw a line from here to here. What that will do, it'll give me a center point to snap on for a circle, because I do need this to be a circle. I'm going to make it have quite a bit of room because I do need to put a wall over there as well. And this can be adjusted afterwards. So I'll click it like that. I'll take this center line and I'll push it to the edge there. And this one to the edge. Next, I will draw from the center here to create a proper landing for the stairs. And then I will cut the circle here and here, delete this part, drag this to here and this to here, and that should be pretty good for my cutout. Let's take a look. Oh, I forgot to adjust this one piece here. Let's bring this over and check. No, I don't want to adjust anything with walls or anything like that. So I have that there. That looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to go look at that in 3D. It's pretty good. I did forget too that I'm going to need a wall over here too, so I'll pick to edit this boundary here. And I'm going to slide this up a little bit by creating a line from here and then continuing the arc to the line. That looks good. Before I leave this, I'm going to actually copy that to the clipboard. Hit the check. Then I want to click on the ceiling as well. Go back to that view, hit edit boundary, and I'm going to paste it right into place. Hit the check. Now I have both of those items cut. Okay, so next that I have that, I'm going to quickly create that wall piece. So I'll pick create similar over here. And I should be able to make a circular wall here. I want to move that so it does fit very nicely. That looks good. I'll continue to create the same wall. Snapping here and here. I'll move this piece over and this piece over. And then I'm going to have to adjust this particular wall here. I'll just take this one to the edge. And this piece, same thing. Just drag this over to the edge. So it fits nicely. And it should be fine. I do have to just adjust the steps a little bit. That should be fine. Let's take a look. And that looks great. I have everything set very nicely. I have the circular wall and I have the steps cutting through. So let me override these graphics again. Take the transparency off for both pieces. Now I'll bring back the outside wall that I shut off. And there we go. We have our center staircase cutting right through the floor. It's a little ugly at first, but it's working very well. Next, we're just going to do a couple of railings and that'll be it. So let me go to the top-down view. This should be very easy because I have plenty of lines to follow. And I'm going to pick architecture and railing. My railing, I do want to base on the second floor. So I pick level 2. And I'm just going to draw a line. Try to match the beginning of the railing with this one over here. And I'm just going to place my railing very, very nicely on top of these lines. It's a little awkward because it does it in 3D. I do have to snap on more. One more. Here. Check. And that looks good. And then for over here, one more. I should be able to do the same thing. I'm going to create a circular one. That's not going to work. Pick an arc. And then I'll connect some lines. Make sure that's on level 2. Hit the check. And there we go. So I have my railings done and all my staircases done. If you wanted to edit the materials of these railings, you'd want to click on them themselves. You could take a look that not much is there. I want you to see that it just says railing, handrail, rectangular. That's the type. But you want to switch down here to the family area, and you can see all the railing pieces right here. So for instance, if I pick the rectangular handrail, you can see that I have it as a door frame material. And if I wanted to edit the material of the steps, I click on the steps, pick edit stairs, and then click on the steps themselves again and pick edit type. And you see that there are two material types here for the treads and risers. So that's it. You've seen a lot of stuff today with stairs, creating all different types of stairs from straight to circular to arc, L-winders and U-winders. The L-winders and U-winders are very dangerous. So instead we went with the straight run steps that had automatic landings, as you can see over here. And I also showed you the process of cutting out floors and ceilings to make steps go through them. Railings are very easy. Railings don't have to be attached to steps. The steps do create the railings automatically, which is wonderful, but you could place railings anywhere you want in any shape doing the process that I did here before. I encourage you to experiment with steps, and I do want to say that this is not the end of steps. You could also create a step by sketching, which is a much more complicated feature, but as you can see, you can make some really fancy looking steps that way, and that'll be done in a separate video. So thank you for sticking with me for the length of this video, and good luck. Thank you very much.